Welcome, little story lovers, to a sunny day in the magical Hive Hollow. Let's buzz right in and meet Vivienne. Vivienne was a super-duper strong bee, always getting things done in a flash. She could zip from flower to flower faster than anyone. But she had one little habit. She liked everyone to do things her way, and only her way. The other bees thought she was amazing, but sometimes they felt a bit bossed around. One beautiful morning, the wise queen bee called all the bees together for a very important meeting. Her voice, usually calm and sweet as honey, was filled with worry. "My dear bees," she announced, "a terrible storm has blown through the land. It has scattered our precious pollen far, far away from our meadow." She looked around at all the little faces. "If we don't gather it quickly, our honey supply for the winter will be in trouble. We need a brave team to go on a special mission." Before the queen could even finish, Vivienne puffed out her chest with pride. "I'll lead the mission," she declared, her voice booming with confidence. She looked around, expecting cheers and applause, but instead, silence. The hive was so quiet you could hear a petal drop. The other bees just looked at each other, their antennae twitching nervously. No one buzzed forward. No one volunteered. Vivienne's confident smile started to droop. She frowned, feeling a little confused. "What's wrong?" she asked, her voice a bit louder now. "Why won't you follow me? I'm the strongest. I'm the fastest. I know exactly what to do." Still, not a single bee moved. They just shuffled their little feet and looked down at the honeycomb floor. Hurt and very confused, Vivienne felt a sting of frustration in her heart. "Fine," she huffed, turning her back on the silent crowd. "I don't need any of you. I'll do it all by myself." And with a powerful buzz of her wings, she stormed out of the hive and into the bright blue sky. As she flew over the beautiful meadow, her frustration grew bigger and bigger. "Why don't they trust me?" she mumbled to herself. "Isn't being the best leader all about being the strongest?" Flying over a patch of sweet-smelling clover, Vivienne spotted someone she knew. Under a big, shady leaf, Calendula, the gentle bee healer, was carefully mixing golden pollen into a soothing balm. Calendula had a kind smile and an even kinder heart. She looked up and saw Vivienne buzzing angrily in circles. "Vivienne, my dear, you seem troubled," Calendula said softly, her voice like a gentle breeze. "What's wrong?" Vivienne landed with a thump beside her. "The others won't follow me," she complained, crossing her little bee arms. "A big mission needs to be done, and I'm the strongest bee in the whole hive, but nobody wants to help me." Calendula just smiled her warm, knowing smile. "Ah, Vivienne," she said, "being strong is a wonderful gift, but true leadership is about more than just strength. Let me ask you something. Do you ask for help, or do you order others around?" Vivienne stopped buzzing. She thought about it. Had she ever asked, or had she always just told everyone what to do, assuming she knew best? She had never really stopped to listen to what the other bees thought or felt. Calendula seemed to read her mind. "I lead with love," the healer said softly. "I listen with respect. My strength shines brightest in my kindness." Her words were like a drop of sweet nectar, sinking deep into Vivienne's heart. A little spark of understanding flickered in Vivienne's eyes. This was a new idea, a different way of being strong. She looked at the kind healer. "Can you teach me?" she asked, her voice now quiet and humble. And so, they did. Together, under the shade of the clover leaf, they practiced. Calendula taught Vivienne how to speak with kindness, how to ask instead of demand, and most importantly, how to listen with an open heart before making a decision. Feeling a new kind of hope buzzing inside her, Vivienne flew back to the hive. She took a deep breath and approached the group of bees who were still murmuring quietly. She didn't shout or boast. Instead, she spoke softly. "I'd like your help," she said. The bees stopped talking and looked up, surprised. "I know I've been pushy before," Vivienne admitted, "but I'm learning. I want to learn how to lead with respect for all of you." A little ripple of surprise spread through the crowd. This was a Vivienne they had never seen before. Then, a young bee named Clover buzzed forward eagerly. "I'll come," he said with a cheerful chirp. "Me too," added Marigold, a bee with sunny yellow stripes. One by one, inspired by Vivienne's change of heart, the bees stepped forward, their wings humming with excitement. They were ready to follow her now. Their journey was different this time. As they flew toward the scattered pollen, Vivienne didn't just give orders. She made sure everyone had a turn sharing their ideas and making decisions. When a gust of wind threatened to blow them off course, she asked, "What do you all think is the safest way to fly?" They worked together, solving every challenge as a team, listening to each other's concerns and celebrating every small success. Finally, after a long flight, they found the last patch of rare, sparkling pollen. But there was a problem. A big, grumpy hornet was standing guard right in front of it, his sharp eyes watching their every move. The bees hovered nervously. "What now, Vivienne?" whispered Clover, hiding behind a leaf. "He looks really mean." Vivienne took a deep breath. The old Vivienne would have charged straight in, ready for a fight, but she wasn't the old Vivienne anymore. She had a choice: fight, fly away, or try her new way. She chose the new way. Flying forward slowly, she kept her posture steady and respectful. "Excuse me," she said calmly to the hornet. "We are in great need of some of this pollen for our hive. Is there any chance we could trade you for it?" The hornet narrowed his eyes, surprised. He was used to creatures either running from him or trying to fight him. "Trade," he grumbled, tapping his foot. He thought for a long moment, stroking his chin. Then, he gave a slow nod. "Fine," he said. "Bring me 3 drops of your sweetest honey, and you can share the pollen." Vivienne's heart filled with joy. No battle, no arguments. Just a simple, respectful conversation. As the team carried the precious pollen home, the younger bees buzzed around Vivienne, full of questions. She smiled and shared the most important lesson she had learned from Calendula. A true leader, she told them, doesn't push others down to show how strong they are. A true leader lifts others up. When they returned to Golden Meadow, the queen bee greeted them with pride, not just for the pollen they brought back, but for the leader Vivienne had become, a leader of heart and harmony. To celebrate and to make sure no one ever forgot the lesson, Vivienne did something special. She planted a tiny garden right in the heart of the hive, filled with beautiful flower essence blooms. "One for each bee in our team," she announced, "so that whenever we need guidance, we can look at these flowers and remember our new motto: I lead with love. I listen with respect. My strength shines in kindness." From that day forward, Vivienne wasn't just known as the strongest bee in the hive. She was known as the most trusted. Thank you so much for joining our story today. If you loved learning with Vivienne, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more wonderful tales from Golden Meadow. See you next time.